I figured I would go on my alt and just do a quick little brief overview on everything that you need to do on alts and your main character for the new pre-patch for 10.2. So the things you're going to want to do are try to get honor cap for getting honor gear once the honor gear comes out next week when the season starts on the 14th, as well as getting your one dream spark for crafted gear, which you need to do a little bit of other stuff for, and potentially doing world PvP for the bloody tokens, which is more of an advantage for like this week of like, unrated preseason. So it doesn't really matter that much unless you're going for like specific pieces for certain stats, like, oh, I want a verse mastery belt and bracer. In which case it's probably worth it farming those. And the best way to do that is to do any world PvP world quests whenever they're up. Because even if it says like rewards gloves or gold, this will still at minimum give you like 54 bloody tokens. So every few days you would just like do the one here, do the one over here, and then there's probably one in the cave, and then there's one in the new zone, and that's like 200. Then you wait a couple days, right? And then as for alts, you don't have to do the campaign on every character. If you're on an alt, as soon as you log in, you'll get this quest where it's like, start doing the campaign. And then you'll have this green little dragon in your bags that just lets you skip the campaign. And then you go into the new zone. And then what you're going to do is, you don't really need to do any of these quests or anything. You're just going to go to this very first town. And in this first town, you're going to look for an NPC called Lady Moonberry. And that's just going to be the one that has your Splintered Spark quest. And you do that, and you're basically going to have your spark for crafted gear. So it literally is like practically instant for an ult. It's just the way you're going to get the splinter that you need for the quest is you're going to do either the 1500 rep quest, same as Season 2, in the new zone, which you can, do some of the quests in the zone, or world quests, or anything like that. Or you can do any like weekly PvP quest. Anything that gives you like the bags. So like this week I think it's like epic BGs in arena in Valdrakken. So I would just go here, pick up the quest. And I would get that Splintered Spark by doing any of like these quests or the rep like I just said in the new zone. So I can be like, okay, I can do epic BGs for this to get the spark, or arenas. And then you're pretty much done. And then you can wait all week with your honor cap, or do bloody token farm, or But there's not that much to do in the pre-patch. Yeah, what's up, Safi? Yeah, now I can just key some rook. Just figured I would kind of show what to do. Yeah, it's been really cool for Czar. I wish he got this big in like real WoW, and I wish like classic WoW wasn't so popular, but because I don't understand it. I'll try Season of Discovery when it comes out though, but I don't know. I don't really like RNG and resists and not having that many buttons and all that. I gotta make sure there's no music on YouTube real quick. I gotta make sure there's no music on YouTube real quick. Nice. Cool, there isn't. Alright, so I figured out how to separate the audio better. Good. And as for like rogue openers and stuff, generally you're gonna build your secret and then you're just gonna send Gormaws on the second Rotten. And then when you're farming dance charges and stuff, you kind of want to hover around 3 stacks of perforated. So that gives you a little more wiggle room to control it and not waste it on a random builder if you get micro CC'd at all. Then you can just... You don't have to always Gormaw the perforated too. Like, you just play around perforated in general. Like sending perforated on a big Gloom Blade or on like a big Shadow Strike even when you don't have Gormaws off CD is really good. Like here I'm at 3 stacks. So now instead of backstabbing I'm just going to Fan of Knives or Throw or Shiv. He's off Stun DR. Now we're going to Kidney. We're going to build that last stack of perforated. We're going to send the big Gormaw. Send a secret. Should just die. And that's kind of how the rotation should look a little bit. But what's up, Hilka? Let's say in the... I have like some rotational info as well as the talent build I'm playing in here. It is worth keeping in mind that as of right now, Shadow Finishers does not work on players. This does work on NPCs, strangely enough. But like if I go Shadow Finishers, I get Find Weakness up and I press Eviscerate. Whatever, I didn't track it all. Weird. 1 cast, 2 hits, right? If I do this on a player, it'll be 1 cast, 1 hit. So I don't know what they did to break that, but... End up getting rank 1. Titles don't go out for like 2 more weeks. I'll know on like the 21st or whatever. Rare Thursday stream? Yeah, I usually take Thursdays off, but I'm kind of addicted, so I was like, you know what? Figured I'd just play a little bit more today. But yeah, I will know if they disqualify anyone, I should get it, but it's not good to like rely on DQs. So I was 1 point under the cutoff because I didn't queue the whole last 5 days at BlizzCon. Hi, Loaf. Yeah, hopefully they like nerf Secret Tech or like nerf Shadow Blades or something. But Eviscerate is not that scary. Even if Shadowed Finishers wasn't bugged. Mop is my favorite expansion. Worth a resub? I mean, the season hasn't started yet, so I don't know. There is an add-on for that one maker. I use it. It's called... let's see if I can get it. Re-tab binder, yeah. But I have Target Arena 1, 2, 3, so... But it's nice for, like, switching between, like, World PvP or Battlegrounds or something. I got them towards the end of the expansion. But obviously, that was season 11 and not season 9 and 10. So I didn't get even LFR Vial until after it got nerfed. I was really unlucky on it. I raided religiously every week. I Rodak, Slippy, the guy that played with Zara a lot in Legion. I actually raided with him back in Kata when he had a different name because his name was Slippy back then. And I had way more GDKP than him. And Heroic Vial should have gone to me. We both raided religiously. Never dropped a single week until the 1 week I was sick and didn't show up. Then he gets Heroic Vial pre-nerf. And just goes around 80-0ing people with an auto attack. And I was just like, bruh. That's how raid loot always works. That's why I hate having to try to get like ICC gear in Wrath, where it's just like it'll never drop except for the 1 week I don't go, and then if it was a slash roll and I lost the roll, I'd be so sad. Yeah, it literally like ADO'd people and whenever it procced. Like it was crazy. One of the most egregious things. And then even after the nerfs, it was still really good. It was like 20% of your damage or something crazy. Just like, because they went from proccing once every like 40 seconds for like a nuke that like one-shot someone to like proccing every like 8 to 10 seconds for like way smaller hits. Should have set up some asset today, but I had to set up the multi-stream stuff and some more YouTube stuff, but I can hear, but some reason the stream is showing the offline page for me. Weird. Let me open my own stream and see. Yeah, I think that's on your end, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's like some kind of ad blocker bug or something, maybe. Right now I use the Model D Glorious mouse, but I used to use a Final mouse until I had scroll wheel issues. And I ordered the new Final mouse back on like August 1st. And it was supposed to get shipped out after 8 weeks, and it's been like months and months. And it still hasn't shipped yet, so I will be using the Ultralight X when I get it. If it ever, you know, becomes a thing. I like 2-button mice. Like the 2-side buttons. Because I don't really count clicking and scroll wheel and stuff as buttons. Like mouse button 4 and 5 or whatever. I think if you have too many mouse buttons, it like really slows your ability to like kill totems and like scythines and stuff like that. But some people swear by it, so it's just personal preference. I do like the peekaboo approach of just like macroing like shift and alt and control to mouse buttons, and then having like combinations of mouse plus keyboard together. But at the same time, my muscle memory does not want to like relearn anything. I don't know how many people are actually playing the pre-patch because there's not that much to do on here, but gonna log on my other rig. I want to have some crazier gear. What's up, Dev? What's up, Stone? Both, yeah. Dude, the viewership's been great with the patch. Everyone's like excited to just check things back out again. It was kind of lulling for a couple months, man. Hopefully the multi-streaming stuff goes well for me too. Is it worth getting the new tier over the old tier set? I don't think the new tier is valuable for Subrug. It might be okay for like Outlaw though. T versus Strata. I think Strata is way better. There's so much synergy with blades. Supposedly you can get tier right now. There's unlimited catalyst still. And if you upgrade the world PvP gear to 450 or whatever, it becomes epic, even though it doesn't affect its PvE item level at all. Or its PvP item level at all. You can put it in the catalyst. I saw on like the forums. But you'd only have 450 tier or whatever. Actually it would still scale in arena, I think. If it was like gloves or whatever. How much are the shoulders? Maybe I'll try it. 250? Or no, 200 flat. Also, I found out there's a port to the new zone. Over deeper. When you say Thistle Tea Mastery is good for Secret Tech Burst, I mean, Secret Tech just fucks already. Weed Tea is also fun to watch. I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, Tea is weird. The mastery is kind of fake. Even with like stat DRs, it doesn't hit that hard. And then on top of that, like the 7th combo point is worth like crazy value. Like even without the 5% modifier. From your talents, yeah. I went back Shadow Finishers just to like see if it was bugged, but it's bugged, so don't even bother with it. Like on an NPC, it'll work properly, but I feel so zoomed in. Yeah, like if I evis this guy, right? See how Eviscerate says 1 hit? Not 2. If I hit a mob with it, it'll be like 1 cast, 2 hits. But that's weird. Did you get 2 pieces of 450 already? Well, they already took away the trophies, but I crafted the helmet still with the 1 spark you get. And then I'll put a trophy in it later. And then, I got all the bloody token gear. So I just did the world quests whenever they were up. And then I bought some of the green auction house gear too. Yeah, all the build code is in there, as well as some like rotational info and stuff. So yeah, we're at 103 mastery, 31 Versa. I mean, I could get way crazier mastery. I'm going heavy Versa because I like buffing Gormaw. But honestly, secret is like even more OP than it was last patch. I've been getting like some 400k secrets sometimes, even though it doesn't benefit with deeper daggers or dark brew, which is weird. I don't know. This is way too smart. I shouldn't have done that. He's Frost. Re-intervene air. Waiting for a DB or something. Actually, he doesn't have DB for 5. I don't think this guy will Blade Storm, so it's fine. Free cheap Druid. Go blind. Duel does that S. I don't think he has lethal. It's kind of a shitty duel. I should have just maybe tried to duel the warrior. Let's get my third stack of perforated ready. Kenny the druid in a sec. Then I have the one shot here. Get the fourth stack perforated. Send the big Gormaw. Send the secret. It's like 400k overkill there. It's been out of date loadout? Really? I made it like literally today. That's weird. I'll repost it though, I guess. Man, what was the other thing I was gonna do? Oh, yeah, edit it in the command. Big damn. I had cloak for it anyway. Cause if this talent doesn't work in arena right now. It works in PvE, it just doesn't work on players at all. It's bugged. Granted, I should probably get used to not having the energy, right? Because eventually they'll fix the bug. I had the energy talent that game though. But I don't know if that's the case. But usually it combines the entries. Maybe I'll just leave it in here just in case. It's probably better to get used to like a certain amount of energy anyway. We got Spectre with the Prime as well. Thank you so much, man. Sorry, my eyes are like darting between so many more monitors now. So having all three streams going at the same time. I have like an area where the chats are merged, but it made me have to put my alerts in like a weirder spot. But I think the multi-streaming stuff is really cool that's going on now. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it like adds a lot of discoverability and stuff. Why the 4 column point dance? You mean the first dance talent? I mean, you could move it, I guess, but it's more just for like the non-blades goes. It helps you afford like an extra eviscerate. Or if you want to like open without blades, you have the option of like cheap shotting one guy into like kidneying the other guy. Or like you can in a 1v1 do gouge dance kidney. Like it's just like some occasional niche like flexibility like moments. And then like late game with no blades, it could be the difference of like fitting one more eviscerate in. Or you could just be like dance cheap shot evis, you know, into like strike secret, into like Gormaw, you know. How to kill the opener exact as I like global the guy like the same time you ask. But yeah, basically it's first rotten is like building your secret, and then second rotten is your Gormaw. So you get 2 rottens. And then late game, like not the opener, you can play around perforating the Gormaw. And the way you'd go about doing that is you like hover at like 3 stacks. And then you can kind of build with like Shiv or Throw or Fan and Knives. A lot of people aren't playing Shiv anymore. And they're like playing this instead. But or even Nimble. I kind of like having Shiv still. If you hover 4, you'll end up accidentally wasting it. And it just leaves you room to generate Macabre stacks in your dance before you send the Gormaw. So like if I get 3 and I know the goes in like 5 seconds, I'll just prio more Fan and Knives or more Throw or Shiv or, you know. So it's good to just make a weak aura really quick for perforated. I think it should be in my sub buffs one. But if you want to make your own really quick, if it's not in there, literally you would just do new aura, icon, perforated, right? And then you would just type perforated in the icons. And you would go to trigger, name, make sure you spell it right, boom, it's made. And it already defaults to showing stacks. Like it's a weak aura that would literally take you like 10 seconds to make, even if you don't know how to make weak auras. Yeah, it's good to have a weak aura for that, and just to not always be staring in the top right for your buffs, to like make sure if you want to like hold your stacks or whatever. I tried a lot of sepsis on the PTR, but it was kind of too clunky. There's too many classes that can just remove it off themselves for no reason. And I don't even mean the hybrids with Poison Dispel. I mean like the diffuses and the revivals and like the Cloak of Shadows and, you know. And it's damage over like 10 seconds, not kill in 1 stun, you know. And if you're like trying to get a big rotten perforated sepsis, then you're not doing that to your Gormaw instead, you know. That's good to just be like 1 rotten is sepsis and 1 rotten is perforated or Gormaw, but even then it's like the opportunity cost of just sending that second rotten as a Shadow Strike or a Gloom Blade kind of subtracts to what the value of sepsis actually is. So it's just not realistic. I tried it a lot on the PTR though. It's just medium risk for like medium reward. And you can have like high reward for low risk instead. Sucks that I actually got leg swept on my dance there. Got free dampen harm. Might sap the meld. I don't know how I got disarmed here, but oh well. I have blades for this next go. He's pre-sheeping, but I don't have stun DR for it. Maybe I can half sap the dispel. He's gonna DB though. Actually, he doesn't have DB for a while. Problem is I'm gonna get disarmed here. Doesn't press it. Still had my blind for that go too. Did you just use your honor next week? Yeah. I would say don't join a pre-made group and farm people. Don't do the Sparks of Life quest. But at the bare minimum, you should do the world PvP quests that have like the swords by them. Because even if it doesn't say it rewards, it'll still give you 54 tokens like minimum. So if you just do a couple world quests every few days, you'll have enough for everything. If you just do like 5 or 6 world quests over a week. Not even all at once, of just like, okay, there's 2 up, I'm doing these. Okay, 3 days later, there's 2 up, doing those, you know. That's really all you need to do if you want token gear. And then sometimes there'll even be a world quest where it's like, gives you 750 tokens sometimes, instead of like gold or, you know. In which case, you just get it all done immediately. Tribulation trophies? I don't know what those are. You mean the trophies of strife or whatever? Or my internet plugs into my router and PC is orange, not green. I'm not playing Asset right now. Renown with the new faction? 4 still. I haven't really played Asset yet though. Outlaw is really fun and really good, yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't like go out of your way to be like, okay, I need a world PvP cape. Okay, I need world PvP gloves. Like, you don't need to do that. But I would go out of your way to like do 2 or 3 world quests to get a belt and a bracer. Because until you can craft those like way later in the season, you know, that's like the only way to get verse mastery belt or bracers. Spinwalker doo-doo? I don't think so. It's not like OP though right now, I don't think. It does crazy damage, but they can kind of... It's weird. It's really mobile at long distances, but it's not that mobile at like short distances. So it has like these weird like kind of dead zones sometimes. Whereas a demon hunter is just fucking the entire time, right? There's like no downtime. Yeah, windwalkers can one-shot. They're not as squishy as they used to be. They have really good utility, especially in an Ardruid meta when you can like bring up peace, tranquility, and stuff. Yeah, the Trill build is in my pace pen. My PTR like greenskin build isn't in there yet, but Killing Spree is pretty good. Like Calvish was saying, how it's good if you can separate Dance and Killing Spree for like different goes. The Trill build kind of seems insane too, where you just don't play Killing Spree. And you just have like better roll the bones. Thing out of date? Weird. I'll update it again. So I just updated the sub one, even though it's been like 2 days. Of course, the keep ops. After this game, try to remind me again. Yeah, I think Rogue's gonna obviously be really good on all 3 specs. Warrior is really good. Demon Hunter is broken. Marksman's like the best spec in the entire game, especially with tier. Ardruid is broken. Affliction is really good. Ellie is like 0.7s people from full HP on PTR. You just get spam lava burst for like 150k multiple times in a second. Top 3 healer? I feel like it's Ardruid is the only healer. Maybe Disc and Holy Priest. Do you ever play not good music? No, dude. We only play bangers in here. See expeditions? I think it might just be handy notes. Alright, Calvish is logging on Boomy apparently. Oh yeah, Outlaw spec, thank you. Yeah, that was a 230 secret and a 130 normal, because I didn't have perforated for it. That was a pretty low Gorma. Usually even without perforated, it's still like 150 plus. Thought I had it saved, but no, I think it was. I'll have to rebuild it. You didn't crit Gorma? It should have. Let me see. Pretty sure it crit. Yeah, it crit. It always crits with Rotten. I don't know how the read cheap shot didn't go off there, but okay. That should have been Trinket Trank. Be fine, right? No, I had lethal there. Perforated. I was gonna duel defensively here, but I got bashed. It was a good bash. Duel defensively should be okay. Just gonna keep my perforated for next go. Just hopefully he heals himself. Maybe I could sap the monk out of this if he kites. Nope. That should be okay still. He faked on a clone and he also beamed there. Ooh, that port kind of fucks me actually. I just tab kill the other guy instead. Fine. I give him the biggest karma dot. The dot might kill him. Getting bash cloned. Actually, he's doing some pretty crazy healing. Yeah, that was broken. The one blind sap go where we cloned though, that was sad. And that was only at 176 Gorma with perforated. That's weird. I mean, I guess he had defensives up or something, probably, maybe. Secret was also only 180. Don't agree with that damage. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So Druid's healing? Just Trents, usually, yeah. I mean, this time it was 7%. Usually it's like their number 2. It's like 20, 30%. I don't like flag. It's too telegraphed, too much counterplay, and like it's really obvious what you're doing, and then you're basically just disrespecting your opponent and saying, yo, don't have a weak aura. Let me pre-flag you into a pre-kidney. Bait go you and then like swap someone else. Like, I don't know. I just don't like playing flag. It's not good. Unless like your opponent is really bad and you're just smurfing. Like in shuffle, maybe you can get away with it sometimes. If you just like wait all game until they randomly micro CC you for no reason and then you're on DR and you go for it. That's like crazy value. I would just get honor cap and then like wait for the season to start because you can't buy the new honor gear yet till next week. Yeah, there's a lot of factors of why Rogue's insane in the pre-patch because for the most part in full gear people's damage is the same and people's health goes up by like 500k. And then on top of that, like sub-rogue tier is awful, and then everyone on the PTR that's insane has really good tier sets like marksman. Whereas Sub-Rogue, you're not going to ever wear the new tier. Unless you want to wear high crit for no reason. Like, I honestly think you play either no tier or you still wear the Season 2 set. Maybe not on pants, though, and chest, because those are, like, high stat value things. But, like, losing 30 item level wouldn't really matter if it's, like, on gloves. Yeah, Subterfuge stacks. It's insane. Yeah, PTR is a very different game than this, so. Like the coil. Oh, I still got the life kick enough for that. Nice beam. I should have just stayed out there and killed the guy, I guess. Oh, he rage quit, I think. No, he didn't. Yeah, chatbot generally gets people for links. I don't know why I have the bot Rick's bot on though. I think that was just part of how I was like merging the chats. Better to Gormont before Secret because of Macabre. No, you can't really perfect world it over a 4% damage different. Because it's more about when you need to restun in the order you have to send them in. Unless you weren't Shadow Striking at all and you were having Gormaw be the first Rotten, and then you were sending Secret, in which case you'd have the same stacks of Macabre, because you wouldn't be fitting in the Shadow Strike. Or you would be saying, oh, you could only Gormaw or Secret on like the DR stuns after you've done an Eviscerate as well. You can't really play that much around Macabre unless your like enemy is literally a target dummy. You just do the go that you can do, whether you have blades or not. Because it's more about, is your cross CC ending? Are you gonna get peeled? Are they gonna trade their defensive already by then? And you can't just always hold on to it as like a late combust execute, you know? Home point stacking talent, not good? Nah, it's more of a PvE talent. Oh, he still got the cocoon for that. Yeah, broke that. Shouldn't add Night Elf right now, but it's fine. Hopefully he can live like 3 more seconds. I don't know if he can though. Won't be able to fear sap this, but it is what it is. It's probably dead this global. This is awkward because that's why I hover at 3. I wanted to gouge the monk there, but I would have lost my perforated. And then it didn't line up anyway. Yeah, in full gear, Warlock's gonna have like 1.2 million. And damage isn't gonna go up that much. Any builder will use it, even fan of knives. Not generate perforated, but consume it when you're at 4. Even Shuriken can toss. You can buff the 500 damage throw into like 550. Oh wait, gouge doesn't do damage. Maybe you're right actually. I'm thinking of like Rat the Lich King gouge. Let me see. Yeah, gouge wouldn't have procced it. Shit. Okay. I'm dumb. I'm used to gouge doing like no damage, but some damage. Keep this back, yeah. You don't really need to play Shadowed Finishers though, because it's bugged and it doesn't work on players. It works in PvE, but not PvP. Tried to give you the bounty kill? No, you're good, dude. You had like 3 pocket healers. That was screwed earlier. Yeah, she jumps up even in tournaments, and it's just like, okay. I think I'm still gonna go for the stats I like. I would consider more crit and going kind of Abby Dance mode with the tier set, even though the tier is terrible. Like, the tier is like 2% of your damage. It's like a 30% chance to do like 30k more damage out of like 1,000,000 health in full gear. Like, the tier is unplayable. But you'd wear it if you just want to wear like 30+% crit for no reason. Depending on how the DRs go, but I think just more verse mastery is good, especially with secret still being forced. Hopefully they like nerf secret though. I hate it. Just the double Swifty Storm. Skate. Hoping to gouge off that, but he still had an immolate. Sucks is Destro doesn't have as much healing as Affliction. He's kind of just taking permanent damage. That and the double coils are weirder. It's like harder for us to get like full saps out of fears if I'm ever having to gouge or he's ever coiling. Maybe I shouldn't have continued over that. I disarmed into that too. Feels bad, man. Yeah, that guy literally played Storm like 4 times. It's crazy. Oh, now we're doing Rogue Hunter. Just flexing every ult. Why do you hate Secret Tech? I don't really like the AoE breaking CC. Well, and I also just don't like that it's cheesy and like delayed damage that hits at the same time as other things, and like how easy it is to just like meld it or vanish it or cloak it or, you know, mass and visit. Like there's so many situations where you just press it and you get nothing. If you don't like only send it in a stun. You can't ever choose to just like send damage like every other spec can. Honestly shouldn't have stabbed, but my brain went like full GPI mode with that. What? I did not mean to kidney. Somehow I was pressing shift. Or not pressing shift when I was trying to gouge there. This is the worst game I've ever played. I'm just like perma tilted by that one thing going wrong. So I was pressing gouge for pre and then I was gonna cheap shot priest into a trap. That was just a tactical MMR drop. What, Rogue Hunter? Yeah, it's pretty good. Calvish Lock was like 2 or 3 games ago. It was Destro, and we didn't really get a single Fierce Sap because Destro. Go through Ironbark, Hunter damage. Oh, the Druid's raging on that one. Like, I pressed all of my buttons. Just dies through Ironbark. I got a Rupture on this guy, so he can't vanish. And then I'm just killing him with goal. Revenge. I don't know yet. I think I might have missed it by 1 point, but who knows. Yeah, I was top 8 on ladder, and then I went to BlizzCon for 5 days. And top 8 on ladder wasn't safe for a 5-day window. Left at number 8, came back at like number 206. Because all of the inflation hit at once, and only the last 2 days of the season matter. It's kind of crazy. But maybe there'll be DQs or something, and I'll still get it. I don't know. Didn't even blades that opener. It doesn't stop to open. almost lost it in Shuffle too, even though I was literally #1. I left it #1 in sub on Shuffle. Came back to being like number 4 out of 6 or 7. That was crazy. Timing both steps and the Shadow Strike teleport. Guy wanted to route me off so bad. That was some aerial PvP. Might be dead though, randomly still. And get the gouge. Oh, I'm gonna miss the rest because I pressed escape trying to open my menu. Feels bad. Conquest chest? Nah. Unless you just want to try to gear an alt with leftover like tens of thousands of points to play the alt for a week until Honor Gear comes out. Because Honor Gear is going to be better than the new, than old Conquest Gear. Yeah, you would just either sell the box once it goes gray, or you open it and disenchant the item. Yeah, we got all the world PvP gear. We got the green crafted shoulders. We have a crafted helmet. We have green crafted neck and ring. So yeah, we have some crazy gear. I think we'll keep our honor. I mean, I lost my trophy of stripes. So I did the quest and it didn't give it to me. My alt got it and my main didn't, but I don't think trophies of stripe really matter. Especially because you can catch up with them with honor points. So like if you're ever behind on trophies, you can just get them with honor. I would have liked to get like turtle there. I all-ined really hard. That guy's just dying to air. Any turtles now at least. Touch the guy's fear. It's a little high, I'm more for Rogue Hunter. Switching comps again. We're playing double rogue apparently. These guys are all grouped. Let's switch characters every other game. Well, it's just he was trying to find a character with lower rated, so we'll get like faster queues. And then all of our characters are too high rated. We started with Rogue Mage. Then we did Rogue Boomy, then we did Rogue Lock, then we did Rogue Hunter. I haven't seen enough Boomies to know how I feel about it yet. I didn't see many on PTR either. Same with Feral, I don't really know how they are. The true guaranteed Omega Bottom is gonna be Ellie, Warrior, Warlock, Rogue, Warrior, DH, Marksman. Marksman's the best spec in the entire game. Rest of the Druid. Priest is really good too, like healing Priest, not Shadow. Cheese some people. I don't know. I usually don't really like double rogue. Ret is gonna be dampener. Yeah, I haven't seen enough DKs to know. Yeah, it's Calvish. I mean, at least double rogue, you're a little tankier than Rogue Hunter. Rogue Hunter, you just kind of die in 2 goes against any competent team. If you don't one-shot them in the opener. Ooh, at least this we can like both run away and heal a decent bit. Crusader? I just don't like him as a person. So I try to not interact with him any way I can. I carried him a few times to rank 1. He was just as much of a piece of shit off stream as he is on stream. And I don't really like my eardrums bleeding. Listening to him just shriek. So I ban his name on my chat and I just pretend he doesn't exist because he makes me lose faith in humanity. Who's Gex playing with? He even shit talks Chanimal, it's funny. I was hoping the rogue would just open me, but... Oh, we found the rogue. He might just be dead. He got dueled at 1%. 2 death procs. He gets sapped. Double vanish aggro to kill him. Actually, he lived. That's my second vanish. It's the second paint step. Crazy we're still alive. Sucks that I ruptured the rogue, it makes it way harder to gouge him. Get a shiv on him though. I'm like really dance charge starved. There's like a third paint step? What? Thought he already did 2, but took penance to save him, but I have nothing else. That sucks. I mean, he reuses the same insult every 10 seconds. Like, since, like, BFA, he's probably said the easy bake oven thing about me literally, like, at least 80 times. In Shadowlands, it was him calling people a dung beetle. That was one he would use, like, every third insult. Like, he has like, 10 words he understands, and he just loops them. Nah, he was just as annoying off stream when we played a tournament together in BFA. When I was willing to, like, put up with his shit. So, I don't know. Maybe he's like a method actor that's lost in the role or something. It should be in the command right there, yeah. They wasted my stun there. We got Bolt. Actually, no, we have Dr. Mongold. Thank you so much for the 10. Yeah, my multi-Twitch chat doesn't always see it until I actually look at a different pane. Appreciate you being real. I appreciate the subs, man. Keeping us going. Putting us back at 268 overall. We lost like 100 subs going to BlizzCon, so scary being under 300. Because even 700 is like minimum wage, barely, not even paying rent really. So hopefully, you know, we can win the Void tournament at the end of the month or something, you know. This is the last game for Calvish. I don't know why it doesn't show up on my Stream Elements thing. It's weird. Maybe this one works better. Yeah, I found a better thing for it. Cool. So I'm like recustomizing my OBS a lot ever since I'm setting up the multi-stream stuff. Quite a learning game again. JMorph working? I don't believe JMorph's been updated that often. I've been having to use iMorph again. I mean, at least Jaws is really real. Even though he's kind of Maldiva-esque in terms of just being confrontational for the sake of confrontational, because he likes being edgy, but at least he's like blunt to the face, you know? And his voice isn't awful. And he's not a little manlet. He's a 6'5" giant. So he can talk shit. Crusader, he's short, you know, he has no form with his weights. Looks like I danced and vanished. That comes out in like 30. I hate waiting for I, but they're also playing equally Islam and their dwarf, or in their orc, I mean. Because Kavish can only die because he's playing Night Elf. Oh, neither of us got the duel? I thought he dueled the other rogue. It's awkward. And we got no rupture on him, too. And he got the stun there. I vanish in 1. Duels him off me, I'm okay with that too. I'll vanish the ultimate penance bullshit. Building kidney. I don't like that he went with cheap shot. I almost had kidney ready. Yeah, I'll drop that. Cold blooded this because I don't want to break CC. Send a Gormal even though he just dies through pain sub. That was so good. It's like he has pain sub, but I'm still sending all my damage. It's the only time we have to win. That was so cooked. Another bounty. But yeah, he said that's his last games. Maybe we can get another Battleground Blitz going. Trinket Turtle. I don't know if I have the 1v3 though. What, PJ? That 2016 BlizzCon was great. It's a little exaggerated, but it was still a really good BlizzCon. Cross the warrior. Getting stunned by the druid. Actually, I evasion the druid. He already has no turtle from the opener. Druid's still gonna save him in 1 global. Okay, the 1v3 is now turned into a 1v4. Maybe I could sap the druid. Nah, he's in the air. That might actually kill me. The Throglaive dot does a lot. I'm baiting him with the Hunter's Mark. Even though I know he has the druid with him. Yeah, they updated it like today even. So I updated them like an hour ago and it still is just bugged, I think. And then I tried to like rebuild it for the Outlaw one, but it won't even let me copy Trill's build from the Armory, because that's the build I had for Outlaw. And I haven't really played any Asa yet, so. I love how OP Featherfoot and Fade to Nothing are. He literally double Blade Rush and he couldn't chase me with Eye. Spectral Sight. I was just like rocket bootsing away from him and he was like trying to get me out so bad with Spectral Sight. I just like out sprinted it. Outlaw does some crazy damage. You're definitely playing a weird build or something. Trinket Turtles. Just want to gank this guy, man. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to play Greenskin or like Killing Spree though. That's kind of more of the Calvich playstyle though, where you dance one go and Killing Spree one go, and you have like multiple burst windows. But I have dueling 20. Yeah, like Ghostly Strike is really value, and then there's like the extra roll the bones on the count the odds or whatever. Main things to go for an outlaw. Just get a bunch of procs. Keep Between the Eyes and Slice and Dice up. It got a lot easier now that Between the Eyes is a buff on the rogue rather than a debuff on the enemy. Should have no trinket. The power of CDR. So I opened, got Trinket Turtle, double vanished, and then I had duel again 30 seconds before his Trinket. Because the guy has like 5 people in a group, like bodyguarding him. We'll take it though. I should probably queue the BG thing on my other rogue though. Just because this one's like really high MMR, so the Q I don't think will ever pop. I think Gex wants to do some twos. You rush the opener without perforated, and then like late game, you like hover at 3 stacks, so you can like control when you go to 4. Force Calv goes on the orc. Doesn't play me on the night off. I don't get my revenge of him orking my night off. I got Trinket, but the UI bugs and doesn't show it. He trinketed for that. Just gonna disarm Blades, because Blades actually is kind of giga value. I tried to Cloak Fear, but he didn't do it. Sucks that we got double feared here. Because he's going to get a re too. I'm half MC'd. Hovering at 3 stacks. Just try to auto him through the wall. Should be okay here because I'm orc and I got paint set. Step him to go the rogue. Gonna try and sap me on this, but should be okay. The priest is in stuns here. Another paints up. Lexi disarmed my dance. I just did a shitty disarm too. That was a really bad disarm. And it sucks that I got disarmed on dance. It was really greedy to try to double dance there with no stuns. I was just convinced another Rotten would 20-0 him. Or at least get his cheat death. I did feint the secret tech here. Pretty high value. Farms me on non-dance this time. Should break the dots. Try to cloak the fear. This is such a weird matchup with double orc. Pick Dark Reprimand. I have trinket here. He might die for me not trinketing this. Where gets my blind, I think. Can't tell because the UI is always really buggy right now. Coming off stun DR, so I probably should just vanish. Kind of bad that I disarmed aggro like that. Tried to evasion his disarm, but I didn't get it. Dual healer defensively on the stun. Oh, I didn't really consider finality is also affecting my rupture. Yeah, finality actually isn't as bad as I thought it was. I only just now put 2 and 2 together when I saw the buff for it on rupture. He duels defensively now. At least I didn't stun into it. Wishing I went OP cloak to just get out of some of these disarms. Mana wise, we're pretty ahead. Fake his fade. Try to auto him through pillar. We feared the rogue, that's not good. Pretty sure gets my blind, but it's bugged. I'm probably dead here. Paints up. I didn't get the re-cheap shot there. That's kind of annoying. Nice fear. They're getting a drink though. Ready to go distract it. Run it. Yeah, you only got like 16%. It's not the worst. Formal well disarmed. Attack. Flex that my duel kind of goes against me. It's kind of a bad duel. Ultimate penance. I'm actually kind of terrified. Actually, he's healing with it rather than doing damage. That drink kind of gets them back in the game. The 1 mana. Wills and Fears is back. Night Elf versus Undead. Feels bad, man. Probably dead here. Actually, he has another paint set. Love to see it. I'm on Stundiar for 7, so I don't need to disarm here. Farming perforated. Okay, I'm coming off Stundiar, so now I disarm. Vanish the smites. Stall out the Stundiar as long as I can. Get disarmed. Just gonna blind rogue for setup. I don't get there in time. Got life swap. They're at 2% mana. I need to make sure he doesn't drink. He's gonna get it. Thought I would get a sap there. Think it figures this for pre. I wish fucking trinket timers worked, man. It's so weird. I'm dead this global for sure. Evasion's aggro for my disarm. I think I was way up on damage. He just kind of kept living low. Actually, we're even on damage. The evasion did disarm, my duel to stun. Right, that was a good game. It just sucks that I let their priest get drink twice. But it was kind of scary to go back there and distract kind of isn't always in range. I mean, there's a lot of specs that are one-shotting right now. And there's a lot of factors that make Rogue more broken in the pre-patch than it will be in the real game. Like Marksman, Ellie, there's a DH, like there's a bunch of really, really broken specs. Warrior. Like I was getting like 70 ode and 0.5 to Ellie Shamans on the PTR. Like last week. Nothing's changed since then. It was just like 150k lava burst like 7 times in a row. Marksman is the best spec in the entire game with tier set. I think we're getting nerfs tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, usually they announce things on a Friday. Hopefully they nerf the right things. If they like nerf like flat damage or like eviscerate or something, I'm gonna be annoyed. Or if they nerf Gorma, I'll be annoyed. But hopefully they just like gut secret. Maybe like nerf Shadow Blades or something a little bit. When they doing DQs? The day the titles go out. So, weeks from now. But if I don't get it, I don't care. Orc is the play, yeah, because rogues are a little more common right now. I mean, I think we're gonna hit a dampener meta anyway, where Asa and Outlaw are better. Right now I'm using the Wooting 60 HE, but it doesn't come like this. I fully customed it out. Gonna give them opener. Bad, but he trinkets and fears me. There's the duel. Tried to evasion his disarm, but he stepped kidneyed my evasion. Yeah, between Azar and Outlaw, it's just whatever does more PvE damage. Disarm his blades. Actually gonna live. Step him to get there. Let his trinket vanish. I have trinket back. Actually fade something. Kind of bad for me here, because now I'm holding on to perforated and everything for a while, because I kind of double danced that go and didn't get anything. We're not doing as well in mana this game either. I don't know if he like snuck an earlier drink or something. There's the duel. Should be okay. Orc is like 500 times tankier, it's unreal. I'd be terrified every single stun if it wasn't Orc v Orc. I'm gonna waste my perforated and refarm it. Doesn't line up right since he domed the go and I didn't want to go through it. Catch for setup. Maybe I could sap this. Stays combat for no reason. Get cheaped. Getting double feared. That sucks. I was hoping I would be able to get to him and get the double cheap shot stepping my healer, but they're kiting really well. This is such a dampener game. Kind of behind on damage this game. There's like 2 goes that didn't happen. I tried to 2-in-1 too much this game too. Noxious. Step kidney should go off before his step disarm, but okay. I haven't had a go in like a minute now. Getting sapped out of this. Actually, I have Rupture on me anyway. Should be okay here. Oh, that's awkward. I forgot that Fan of Knives would consume my perforated. Guess I'll send one without perf. Oh, that's a really big overlap from us. I'm off stun DR. Getting feared. Feared for setup, probably dead. Actually, yeah. Sucks that they're undead. That's like the biggest thing that makes it not fair. They get so many like undeserved fearbacks. In a world of I can't track their trinket craft. Undead is so much better in RMP mirror than Night Elf is. Trinket fears me back, even though he just willed feared like the previous go. I'm probably dead here. Can you just stop running the entire game? Trying to hold W here. We're very behind on mana now. Ooh, we overlap again. Probably GG. Evasion's aggro. I got nothing for him. All I have is Step Kitty behind Evasion. Kick the MC so he can maybe top himself. This game is way worse than the first one. The first one was really, really nail-bitingly close. This one we've kind of messed up like 5 or 6 goes. Just because I've gotten annoyed running at him, perma running away. They should be the aggressors since they have OPS fucking Will the Forsaken. Like, Fear is like 10 times more valuable for them, and yet they like never play aggro. I had defensive duel in like 1 second if I didn't get feared there. Yeah, Shadow Finishers is bugged, it doesn't even work. But yeah, it works in PvE and on the target dummies, it doesn't work on players. Oh, I know that's Galvish. I don't know what to do if they just like perma run away the entire game. New season's on the 14th. Yeah, the other game we did the exact same damage. That game I was like 2 million behind. Because they ran away and played that really lame. I was literally holding W, chasing them around the pillar the entire game. But I don't feel like he made that many plays. The first game, both of us made a fuck ton of plays. That game, it was just me throwing, because I was playing 2 aggro. But game 1, he like evasion to disarm, and I like dueled to stun, and like we both did some stuff to each other. But game 2 was just me chasing him around a pillar for 20 minutes. They like refused to play the game for some reason. But they also have just a gigantic advantage having a Undead Priest versus Night Elf. And Rogue v Rogue. It basically means if we play aggro and go for a fear, that you get to meld or will and fear us back for free. I don't like my dances here or my blades. Knights have Druid out of nothing. What? No, that was all of my damage. I literally had like 500k damage there when he MC'd my secret. I thought he was just gonna go fear out of the sap. I think he got purged on Fortitude, because I'm only 10 item level higher. It should be like way less than 100k. I would rather, like, you know. Like, that's not that much of a handicap compared to, like, Night Elf. Might stab Druid out of nothing again twice because the Trents are out of LOS. That might break the secret. It does. Alright, we're gonna go Druid more. Sucks that I kind of wasted my perforated. I guess I'm farming dance forever anyway. Yeah, it really messes up my thought process when I just assume people have trinket all game. I really hate this like trinket bug. Because like It's not even just S Arena. Like, Gladius is also bugged. Even the default UI is bugged. Ever since they did, like, the 90-second trinket for healers or whatever, trinket just does not track. I don't know how we got the meld off there. There shouldn't have been a gap. Pick the Trent because the Druid will never cast anyway. That was my blitz, and we didn't really get much. We're doing okay on mana. Somemore's a little sweaty for like sub and having fun though. I think it's just work now. I don't think human is actually that good. 90-second trinket's nice for like CDR duel, but you can kind of die through your trinket. Try to sap Druid there. I think that was Druid's trinket, unless it broke to something. Somehow my step disarm parried from behind. Now I'm gonna die through evasion and life swap. Was it overpower spam? To help him kite, he immediately blade storms it on accident. Tries to intervene in my kick. Storm Warrior, JK second blade storm. Warriors have more blade storms than hobbits have breakfast, you know, it is what it is. Big Gormaw here. Give to help him kite. He immediately gets dispelled on accident. I don't know if I'll be able to sap that, but he intervenes air. Disarm his CDs. Kidney into blind sap here probably, because the Trents are going to expire. I don't get the sap. He trinkets late, I think. Rally's gonna fall. Oh, I stepped away from the blade storm already. Storm Colossal Smash. Try to get back in the barrier. Dual Druid to live here. He's at 15% mana. I don't have dance for a while though, is the problem. Probably dead here. I don't know if Druid has Trinket or not. Talking. They're at 6% mana. I'll have a really big wormhole window for the druid here in a sec. I'll vanish after the sphere breaks. Pick the clone. I think I have to just go for the W here. JK, he's gonna kite me infinitely because he's a druid. I accidentally blade storms my shit. I have a vanish in 1 second. Oh, that's a tilter. They were forever too. I was so close to vanish and I was so close to defensive duel for druid. But the druid lived at 8% and got to kite me infinitely. Because my full burst can't kill him at like 40% in deep dampening. Take your screenshot. Well, we didn't lose just Prey on the Weak. We also lost the Thief's Vitality or whatever, the 4% free Versa. Outlaw took both of those. But I don't think it really matters because Secret Tech is doing twice as much damage for no reason, even though it doesn't benefit from Dark Brew or from Deeper Daggers. Yeah, twos hasn't been really fun at all for like the last decade. It's kind of just what twos is. It's just like PvEing mana game every game. Like Druid has ruled twos since like Mop. That's just because I'm playing higher rated games. If I was like smurfing at like 2200, it'd be fun. Like any team at this MMR is just gonna be just multi-rank 1 dampener. Gorma is insanely fun, yeah. It's nice to have more buttons. I just wish Secret Tech would go. Doesn't really matter about Purge if they can just tank a go out of bear with Trents out with no skin, no trinket. And also live off of auto frenzy proc and a lot of their healing being bugged and not being affected by dampening. For like most of their panic CDs. It's really easy for them, no trinket, no bear. To just tank a go in like 60% dampening. Lost the smash. Guy trinkets disarm. Comes out to rupture hopefully. Give off the Zerker Rage, gouge him. Hopefully this breaks the bleeds. I don't think it will though. Getting half blown out of this. Can't disarm the Warbreaker. I'm after this, I guess. Waiting on the warrior to come to me, but I guess I just send with duel. So that wasn't worth it. Should have just vanished. For some reason I thought my Gorma was ready. It was off by like 5 seconds. Just wasted my perforated. I don't think I could hard ramp it. That's why you hover at 3 stacks. Since I had to like fan and knives because the micro CC made my like combo points weird. After he's done peeling me 4 times on air when I haven't done the go yet. Is my full burst. Almost got him to half. It perforated on a weirder order than I wanted, but I did it on the Shadow Strike. That Trank. Actually Blade Stormed something for once. I think he trinketed my blind, I'm not sure. Unless it broke to... It might have just broken to Shadow Fiend. I can't tell because the UI is bugged. It doesn't show trinkets anymore. I think it was just Shadow Fiend because it was out. I think he might still have trinket. Oh, I didn't send the Gorma with perforated there. Oops. I mean, it wouldn't do that much into a bear druid anyway, but even though it is shadow damage. I don't know if it's affected by armor, because you can Gormaw through cloak, but you can't Gormaw through bop. But it is shadow damage, so the rules are so weird. Secret tech. Oh, Druid got his first fake in like 8 minutes of dampening. I should have did triple DR. I'm tilted now. Just dueling defensively, I guess. He pre-arm breaks air, it's good. Hopefully the druid doesn't get a drink here. He may go for it. Finally doing a real go. Got him to half, even though it's 78% dampening. That one shot almost did 20% of his health bar. Oh, 22%. Good thing his healing's reduced by 80%. More than that, actually, because, wound poison. Obviously, it's not multiplicative, but... Oh, I'm dead. I will rest the druid even though I dueled defensively. That's so lame. 86% dampening. I'm actually ahead on damage too. I mean, the fact that that team doesn't make us, like, you know, do anything the entire game. The Warrior had, like, 2 good Blade Storms. The Warrior was kind of doing stuff. But the fact that every single Druid is just a self-play that runs around and plays a 20-minute game. That you can lower their healing by 80% and they can still just go AFK and tank someone. Not even in Bear. With no Frenzy proc and no skin, and just be like, I'm gonna tank every single CD. I don't have an Asta build yet, because I don't really enjoy playing Asta. I'll figure that out later in the week. It's my last priority, is to play Asta. I value even playing other classes over playing Asta. It's just not fun. I don't really like PvEing and playing around tab dotting. There is like a dance Kingsbane cheese build though, but I don't really like cheese builds either. Where Kingsbane does like 300k. I mean, it's okay to PvE on other classes, but I don't want Rogue to feel like I'm PvEing. Which is kind of what already happened with all the CC nerfs in, like, 90-second trinket and all that. You just do random like solo shuffle micro CC goes. Unfortunate game, dude. Wasn't even like RP walking out the druid too. I had like pretty high uptime on him. It was more the game before where the druid lived on 8%. That was waddling, but I think you could put like a 1800 druid on that team and it would be the same thing. It's all on how well the warrior blade storms. Honor gear comes out when the season starts on the 14th. I'm not gonna finish this in time. Can use my evade. His death. A little scary that we PS that because it's not dance or killing spree. And I get MC'd off of it and they get to go. Annoying too because we have like dots all games, so it's hard for me to play around Gouge. He's just gonna vanish here. He does a DR blind on me for setup. Just trinket. I don't like stacking for Blade Flurry. Evasion's aggro, we're just gonna blind him back since he does all the class envy blinds. Gonna return the favor. Neither of us gonna have fun. Disarmed. Actually, death's my gouge. Step my healer to get to the rogue. Proto evasion. He's playing OP cloak. Disarmed into the last frame of it. Cloak to the fear. Nothing for this killing spree, it actually is gonna hurt. Tried to kick the reprimand, but didn't have kick for 3. Sucks to overlap trinket MPS. Getting feared here, and actually doesn't have it for 5. For some reason, I thought I could gouge that, and it decided it didn't want to go off, even though he didn't turn it. Getting feared. Hopefully I dodge it. Big blade flurries here on us. Asian aggro for no reason. Just gonna blind AR. Getting feared. Randomly sub-rogue him? No. Guess I just don't have fun. He gets read out. I'll trinket this. Rolling defensively on the blind go. He gouges the trinket, I think. Defensive blind since that's all they do. He trinkets aggro, so I vanish. I don't think either of us have blinded a healer except for him just now blinding Gex. Like, I've done 2 blinds on him and he's done like 2 blinds on him. The other game I was the one blinding aggro and he's blinded me like 4 times, but starting to get a little annoying. Outlaws should beat sub every time, it's hard to play Night Elf versus Undead. It's quite some bullshit. Might not do many more of these. Those are really shitty blades on my end. Got Trinket Dome. Trying to do some viewer 2s after this, buddy. I think he's dead here. He Trinket fears the rogue, but I think he's still dead. Actually, he kind of tops himself with Swamp. Yeah, I just might do it. I'm just gonna trigger this. Fuck it. Might be dead here. Have a gouge out of this. Hopefully we don't dot him. If I ever can move. Try to vision step kidney, but I think we're dead here. Unless some miracle he tops himself next global. I don't think he does though. Yeah. Maybe Saprogue? No. This breaks the dots. I get the off cheap shot. Send my last go. These games are way too damp. I'm gonna take a break from that and do some twos. Up on Wrath? Yeah, I'll dual box it for you. No, you owe me some gold, so I'll open it real quick. Good night, LKs. Did I finish my cap at least? No, I still need 1200 for 3 vault. I don't even think vault will even do anything still. It'll be season 2 stuff. If it was like anything like season 1 and 2. Hold honor for next week? Yeah. Doesn't really matter though. It's really easy to get honor. Even if you only have like an hour or 2 to play a day. Thanks, Bomba. Allison chains? Yeah, they're pretty good. It's probably still too high of an MMR, but I don't know how long I'm gonna stream today though. This is just like a bonus little stream on my day off. I had to do a lot of IRL stuff today, so. It's the Wooting 60 HE, but I have it like fully customed out. This isn't how it normally looks. We still get them even when I try to lower my MMR by a couple hundred. Feels bad. And for some reason my S arena is not active at all. Oh, I know why. No trinket. And I'm not an orc, so I'm probably dead here. I was hoping our MMR would be lower. But not just still get them when I was trying to lower the MMR by like a couple hundred. I think he's dead here. He has coil for himself and trinket. He gets the full fear on his healer. He just trinkets and kills him. Same MMR. Actually higher MMR than what we're really even taking to. That sucks. I don't think we could beat that once out of 1,000 games. As Priest Rogue Mirrors, it's winnable, but if we're both undead. But yeah, double DPS never beats a good team. Especially because he's at work and I'm Night Elf now. And I could log back on the other rogue that's orc, I guess. The whole point was I wanted to be lower rated though. And then we're still like 2-6 anyway for no reason. Go on the other rogue. Just so I could play orc. But then this one's under geared, so I don't think I could find a rogue where I can play low enough MMR to have fun. Because we're probably like the only two teams playing twos. Hopefully this one's low enough though. Yes, we got a new team. That's the best spec. All three specs are really good. I don't really enjoy playing Asa though. I haven't tried it yet this season though. Just some sub and outlaw. But I never really enjoy playing Asa even if it's good. It's really boring for me. I don't like just tab dotting as a wannabe feral druid with less CC. This guy trinketed that. It's crazy. Try to evasion the druid. He stuns me through evasion. Full blood of this because I don't want to break CC. We get time stop. Yeah, trinket. Finish the clones. Can you druid when I want to after the fear DR? I'm just gonna wait it out. There's the big eternity surge. There's the pre-iron bark, of course. Hopefully we don't just die here. I think we have decent healing. Trying to keep him in combat forever. Have to just gouge off of it. Might be dead here. Zap the meld. That was the most disrespectful, greedy meld drink for no reason. Like, what's up, Zella? I just did a bunch of like kind of YouTube and setting up the multi-stream stuff. So I worked on my day off, and then I was like, you know what? I might as well just stream a little couple hours as a bonus day. Because usually today is my one day of the week I play off. I'm still kind of sick too from the con, but just like a bad headache. The cough's kind of gone, but I still have like a lump in my throat. But, you know, it's been chilling. Outside of the really, really long twos dampener games, it's nice that I'm playing like double DPS now. It's more fun. Yeah, I forget you're always in California. That sounds fun. A Pally, Rogue, and Priest trying to play either Feral or Resto. Play with a Resto Druid, obviously. You could just do like Outlaw Resto Druid, probably. Or even like Ret Resto Druid. Is Disc good? Disc does some crazy damage. I mean, it's still annoying that you just permanently have everything dotted, so. I think I missed it by 1 point because I left the last 5 days of the season. I was number 8 on ladder when I left. And then I came back to being 206 off by like 1 point. So I was at BlizzCon for 5 days. So I missed the last couple days of the season. I like unmodded like everyone. Forgot to go disarm. Pain step. It's annoying I can't track trinkets because the game's bugged. Might set Priest out of nothing. Probably dead here. She dead than nothing. Yeah, there's not many people that kept their mod. For most people, I like gave them VIP instead. So I was trying to like set up the Discord to have like more Discord mods too. The only problem I had was like you can have infinite mods, but you can only have like 100 VIPs. So some of the people that have mod are just people that never come in. Where it's just like, okay, you know what? If they're never here, it's fine. The RMP is gonna be best for a comp. That or like RLD or something randomly. No more Twitch streaming. I'm actually multi-streaming, Blaze. They edited the Twitch TOS after TwitchCon, where you're allowed to stream on all the platforms now at the same time. My partner agreement doesn't lock me into one. I figured it would just be like more discoverability or something to just stream on all the platforms at the same time. Yeah, it's been a slow burn, but in terms of generally only having like 1 to 4 viewers right now on YouTube. And then Kick, I've only seen like 2 people. But I mean, it's been like 1 day, 1.5 days. Because today is only like a half day. And then yesterday I also had like copyright issues with music on YouTube, so the YouTube stream just doesn't have music. People chat on YouTube? Yeah. If you can look on the right side where I have the chat embedded. The goal is just to get YouTube videos going again, and that draws people in. And then maybe the YouTube stream can draw more people into the Twitch stream and stuff like that. This isn't even my normal streaming hours, so. I'm just kind of waiting on the season to start, you know? But hopefully I can make like a brief summary of what people need to do in pre-patch, get that on the YouTube really quick, and then maybe do like some rotational stuff about sub and spec stuff. Yeah, I don't really do classic, like vanilla. At least Wrath has arena, and Kata has arena, but vanilla is just watching paint drying and reacting, because there's not much to do. So it's a completely social, political game. It's not really about mechanics. I'll try SOD just to try it. But I'm worried it's just gonna have like the same resists and like crazy RNG. Because I won't really enjoy that. Rat and Arms are both really good, yeah. I don't know if he triggered it to get that life swap off. I think he did, right? Pick him on both schools. Yeah, I literally have. I've watched some of Rav's stuff before he came to Classic, when he actually did League. Just randomly got on my YouTube algorithm like a year or two ago or whatever, and I would just occasionally listen to it sometimes, without really watching the games. And yeah, it's crazy to see him actually playing WoW. But it's crazy how people react to someone reacting to someone reacting. Because no one is going to put in the effort to make the content that he made, you know? Probably just 2. 3 if I count Europe. Which I forgot I need to do some Europe stuff. We got Perceptor resubbing with the Prime. Thank you so much, man. Putting us at 13 for the little bonus stream. Appreciate it, man. I did not mean to take the gateway. Oops. This opener could not have gone any worse. he's out here. That was like the worst opener of all time. Somehow I like fat finger clicked the gateway and it pulled me out of stealth. Yeah, I don't know how the blind broke because he had AMS. It was just all of his CDs. So I was like, I'm gonna blind. I think he trinketed it. I don't even think he broke it. It's just right now, trinkets are bugged and don't show up. So it's like really hard to keep track of what's going on. Yeah, I don't think he broke blind. It's just right now, even with the base UI with no S Arena, no Gladius, you just can't track trinkets anymore. Because Spaghetti could. It's not even that people have a new spell ID for Medallion, because there's the new gear hasn't come out and they're still wearing Obsidian ones. It's literally when they tried to make 90-second trinket for healer, it just broke trinket trackers entirely. It's bugged about shadow finishers. It just doesn't work on players. It works on NPCs and like the target dummy and everything, but it does nothing against players. So you can move it, I guess, to improve shadow techniques if you want, but it doesn't really matter. And I want to get used to like having a certain amount of energy regen if they ever do fix it. Yeah, healers get 90-second trinket. People have like 900k to 1.2 million HP too in full gear. And damage is pretty similar to what it is right now. So it seems like it's going to be kind of damp. BTR is cheesy though, like that. It's a nerf to RMP. It's a nerf to all setup comps. But RMP is like the only setup comp nowadays. And even then, RMP is like just a cross CC, try to cheese in a 6-second window comp. It's not really a go for a CC chain. Jungle is random, go for your own solo CC and PvE. Ret Hunter is just go for your own YOLO solo CC and PvE. FMP kind of mage druids a little bit with just spamming poly and clone and like, you know. Rogue Boomy is kind of just PvE win on a second or third incarn for no reason. Assuming it's a healer that can be root beamed. Thug Cleave kind of CCs, but it's not about cross, it's about just cheesing someone. Double Dagger is way better, yeah. It's just, you can't get a Verse Mastery Dagger with high item level. Unless you do Mythic Plus next season. Alright, let's actually get an opener this time. IBF first globe. He blinds my trinket, so I can't kidney off that. We actually didn't gateway out of stealth. We got a lot of CDs in the opener. You think a nerf's coming? Yeah, probably. Hopefully they nerf the right things, though. And it sucks because there's other things that are as OP anyway. And balancing around the pre-patch is kind of dumb because people don't have like their tier sets yet. And sub does not really benefit at all from tier. And a lot of specs like Resto Druid and like Marksman Hunter get like 10 times more OP with their OP sets. So I think Hunter is probably the best spec in the entire game right now. At least on PTR. But they're just not going to get nerfed. Because people love to just cry about sub. I think it's going to be a dampener season after they nerf like a couple outliers of specs that do damage. I think sub Destro will be good. I think maybe sub Affliction might be good. Or like Asa Affliction or Outlaw Affliction or something. Destro's good, it's just I don't know. Infernal kind of breaks CCL. I mean, I guess so does Phantom Singularity. Double Coil kind of messes up, like sapping out of Fears. They Omega buffed Affliction. I think sub is like pretty OP right now though, so it's gonna get something of a nerf. It's just like knowing how to do the damage of it. It just sucks because most of the sub players are like either smurfing at low ratings or like cheesing with like an extra 20 item level. And putting in, you know, like all these like extra bits of effort that just don't get recognized. People just go like, look, all rogues are that broken, you know? It's kind of everyone's mentality. Even if you have like a 20 item level lead or something because you did all the world PvP stuff and you fight someone that just logged in to play the pre-patch and hasn't done anything yet. Like if Peekaboo's smurfing in the 1600 bracket, of course he's gonna, you know, destroy people. You still have to play Secret Tech? Yeah. It's actually more OP than it used to be, even. They made it not interact with Deeper Daggers or Dark Brew, and yet somehow it still does more damage, because they, like, buffed it to compensate the modifiers not hitting it or something dumb. Like, the first half of PTR, it was actually an option, but now you just have to play it. Like, hopefully they gut Secret. Like, it's just... It's bad for the game. Like, delayed damage, AoE that can break CC... Yeah, I pretty much had my money on them. Almost broke Dark Pact. I mean, I guess he walled it. I mean, I did break Dark Pact through wall. That's kind of crazy. Any keyboard mods recently? Nah. I modded it all out in one go. I haven't really needed to make any more changes to it. I mean, at the end of the day, it was like a for fun match. No one had their main teams. EU had like 5 days of jet lag. Now, I wouldn't really count it in the Waz vs Peekaboo saga, even though he won. Like if Pika's team had won and people were like, "Oh, Pika's 2-1 against Waz now," like I wouldn't, I wouldn't count it either way that it went. It was literally a little for fun money with no prize pools attached to it. That was awesome. Thank you. Gotta do all the CC. I mean, at the end of the day, like, Seiju's team was like full on vanilla Andes. Yeah, I have an EU rogue. Done some shuffles on Europe. It's just the ping is really bad. Because I'm West Coast, so it's like 140 ping over there. I mean, he's up there for sure. Like, so is most of his teammates, like men, them too. That's on this T. I think 7 combo points is way better. The mastery on T is a debate. It's like a 10% increase, not 20. And the 7th combo point is worth even way more than the 5% modifier is. And then Blades has infinite synergy with 7 combo points. It's not even remotely close. Like, if you want the energy, you're better off dropping Cold Blood and doing this. But, yeah, I don't think T is good. Especially because if you do the T 2-dance build, you're also losing acrobatic strikes, which is huge. Most of the build stuff's all in here. Combat text font size. I use the classic floating combat text add-on or whatever. Oh, my step kidney didn't want to go off on the druid, so he kites me forever. Even though it let me step him. Step the dragon to get back to him. Actually, he just gets a sheep on his own. Yeah, I completely hide my damage text right now. But I used to use that add-on. Mostly because it has filters where you can hide numbers or under a certain amount. So you can make it to where like only big hits show up. So there's like less clutter all over your screen. I have no idea, Nahj. If I do, I do. At the end of the day, Blizzard had horrible planning, not just ending the season a week earlier or a week later, to just have the end be during BlizzCon. And inflation is a horrible system where only the last 2 days of the season matter. The fact that you can be literally top 10 of the ladder and it not be safe for like 4 or 5 days is crazy. But it is what it is. Hopefully there'll be some DQs or something, but I'm not counting on it. Decay is such a better system than inflation, because then people at least play the entire season instead of just being like, eh. And the thing is, they already did a giant bot wave for all the Ellies like months ago, and usually they don't do bot waves very often. So it's probably like months away from them actually rebanning them. So, you know, Pokemons or whatever, you know, Ellie Shaman on their 10th account will just still count. Because they already got banned like 2 accounts ago. Well, the thing is, it's just easier to get rating the last like 3 or 4 days. Like you could have a negative win rate and be like 3,100. Whereas someone else had to be like 90% win rate to get like 30-50 or something, you know? Like every team that was 2,700 like 2 weeks before the season ended just ended up being like 3K, 30-50, even with 50-50 win rate. Yeah, they need to like switch to like a bronze through grandmaster system where it doesn't change every season. Like a season where like 3,200 is number 1 on ladder. Ladder ranking is always way more important than ladder rating, where it's just like, okay, there's a season where 3,500 is top 100, and then there's another season where 3K is number 1, right? And then someone's like, well, my highest XP is 35. I'm better than you, even though The other person's highest XP was literally number 1 on ladder and not number 100 on ladder. And it sucks that it fluctuates so much every season, because it just makes people get burned out and quit, because they're like, oh, I was 2800, now I'm hard stuck 2k. I guess I just suck and the game's not for me anymore, and then they quit. And it's just stupid to have that much of a fluctuation. Like, it should be entirely percentile based, bronze to grandmaster. Every other game does it, even every other Blizzard game, from Overwatch to, you know. It's a terrible system. And I just don't think inflation works. And there needs to be more different rewards as well. In terms of, like, the difference in, like, a gladiator and a rank 1 is, like, when it's 1,000 point range, there's nothing for people to strive for. They get their gladiator halfway through the season and then they quit. Because there's nothing for them at 2,700. There's nothing for them at top 0.5%. It's, oh, I got 2,400. All the rank 1 people are playing at 3k to 3,500. I'm not going to gain 1,000 rating. Well, I'm never going to get anything else from the game, you know. Because people like the carrot on a stick. There's no battle pass of, like, you know. To just get participation up at all ratings. There should be, like, 3 more tiers between, like, gladiator and rank 1. Instead of just rank 1 or bust. Like, there's so many things they can do to just make the game so much better, and they just never do it. It's crazy. Mostly private server stuff that's been done for decades that they're too stubborn to copy. Like, why don't we have the crystal that if both teams click it, it skips the 1 minute waiting room? Because both teams hit the ready check. You know, why do duels still not reset cooldowns? Why is there no still like 1v1 world PvP island, you know? Dual spot to hang out. Yeah, the blade token gear is pretty big. I don't have all of it on this rogue. That's crazy. He almost like 50'd me in Vanish. Through Hellstone. Just all festering, I guess. You really only need like the belt and the bracers. Because those are, you'll upgrade into like temporary bis until you get full crafted gear later in the season again. Maybe a slow offhand, but double dagger I feel like is better. But it's a nice power spike, I guess, to get like a first mastery weapon earlier, I guess. Even though it hurts your energy regen a lot. I don't think you need the chest piece. What's up, Slight? How's that? So it's really good. All 3 specs are good right now. Epic World PvP gear change. Can you still catalyst it or whatever if you get it to 450? Actually, I didn't see how you get the epic. Is it just you spend the trophy on the epic? Because I upgraded some of the blue things to 5 out of 5. And then I heard that if you get the blue World PvP gear to 450 with the upgrades, then supposedly you're able to catalyst it, but rogue tier isn't really viable, so it doesn't matter for me. Because I think you have infinite catalyst right now, but maybe they'll fix that. Because if you 5 out of 5 upgrade it or whatever, or 2 out of 8, and it becomes 450 epic, but it still scales to 473 in arena, you can catalyst that as a purple, I think. Or at least I saw that on a forum. Maybe they already fixed it. That was like 5 hours ago. Well, it kind of sucks that I bought most of the bloody token stuff though, because if I have to like farm even more, it's kind of annoying. Am I still dying? That's some crazy damage. Why mace? It says verse mastery and higher item level. Eventually I'll have 2 daggers though. I think double dagger is a lot better this season with how they change shadow techniques. Just more energy regen. What's up, Julian? Sucks we dotted the druid. Got the time stop off. Feels bad, man. Ten seconds on stun DR. Sap out of that. Oh, he dotted him. Can still sap the druid, maybe. JK. Can't sap because Trent's passive skill. Throw it out. Time stop. Wanted to get a gouge on Druid, but wasn't in the cards. Told Druid to live, I guess. Might be dead here. Good to cap Volt this week. If it's anything like Season 1 and 2, no. But it's Blizzard. Any random bug could happen, so... You know, for some reason, it could get Season 3 coins that give you, you know, an extra multiple sockets for no reason, or sparks for no reason. Like, if you hold on to 1 billion Volts from Season 2, that happens every, like, 5 seasons. They just forget to, like, make previous Volts not work. They repeat a lot of mistakes. That and like forgetting to end the season. They've done that like 3 times since like BFA or Shadowlands. Or it's like the season just runs an extra 2 or 3 hours long for no reason. So I mean, if it's anything like Season 1 and 2, no. But you know, it's Blizzard at the end of the day. But they've been doing a really good job so far. At like fixing things that were like bugged. They handled the trophy thing on patch day really well. And they're handling the Trophy of Strife thing as well. So, who knows? Opener change? Not really, it's just send a secret, then do second Rotten as Gormaw. Then late game you can play around Perforated. But you don't really play around that in the opener. Yeah, they also did ladder updates a lot more often. Like Season 1 and 2, it was like they didn't update it for like 4 days straight. Like not a single update. People were having to like collude with each other to like find out what rating was what ladder spot. Where people were like, okay, my 2950 is top, you know, 180, cool. Because you had no faith in the ladder. It was like the only way to like, you know. And then you would like just try to count the number of spots where you're like, okay, the ladder did update for the one time this week, and we know that there's, you know, X 207 rank 1 spots or whatever, and then they were just like, okay. Trying to see whose rating was closest to that to like determine the cutoff on their own, because the API was just so screwy in like Season 1 and 2. Probably one or two more games left, and I'm gonna probably take a break. Didn't mean to even stream today. It's just like my day off, but I was kind of addicted and I wanted to play a little. But I'm still kind of sick from BlizzCon, so. Dance Blades, CS Civis, Gorm, Maltex, yes. I mean, you shouldn't always do it in the same rotation anyway. But fitting into this is good. It just, if they're orc, it's kind of hard to fit that in. Also comes down to, are you pre-bladesing in stealth? Or are you opening without blades and then committing it, depending on if you get peeled or not. Like, it's always kind of riskier to pre-blades. But that's fine too. But both of those work. I just like also padding a little more macabre stacks. But it is weird to like wait a little bit when you're doing a double cheap shot to get the Gorm off after the secret. And secret does more than Gorm, so sometimes you would rather the Gorm be before the secret. But at least your way, you do get the deeper daggers to buff the Gorm, because it doesn't actually interact with secret anymore. I think I'm gonna make this my last game though. I'm gonna take a break. And tomorrow will be a longer stream, as usual. It is GMK Pulse. So it's not as rare as some of the other ones. It's one of the more mass-produced ones. It's pretty easy to find. But I didn't get it because it's not rare. I just got it because I like blue and black because it kind of goes for the Shadow Dance theme with the RGB. Like, the whole goal was make it Shadow Dancey themed. And then I even have my sub-emote tattoo on my wrist rest. It's kind of cool. Like Wormod into the time stop. Tried to step him to avoid the Dragon Rage, but I have to trinket Cloak to not get one shot. Can't remember if the Dragon triggered the opener, because trinkets are bugged right now. I got all 3 nullifyings off. Sleepwalk. Gold Druid to live. JK, I die in a roar before it breaks. Hopefully you can switch the Fear to Druid. Dodge the root. Dance early for the heal. I'm still gonna LG there though. It's a little high MMR for double DPS. And I'm kind of fried with a headache, so I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. GG's. Let's find someone to toss a raid to real quick. Tyler's watching Pika while he sleeps. Or no, I think he's just watching Pika in general. I don't know. We'll host the Whistler, I guess. GG's, guys. How we doing? What's up, T-Dales? That's a name I haven't seen in a minute. Are you coming back to the game? I'm about to head out, but DM me or something. You know. How you doing, man? See everyone tomorrow. GG's.